Welcome to Egg Shorts. I'm Kalen. With me is my parents, Lisa and Brandon. And today we're going to talk about prepping for foals. So, in the springtime, we normally get spring storms, and sometimes those help the mares come up with the babies. Well, furthers the process, so to speak. So, last time we talked about prepping for calving. Now we're going to talk about prepping for foals. We'll start with mom because she always worries about the babies. So, go ahead. Like, what are the things that you do to take care and make sure the babies are going to be all right when they come back?
Evidently, I just sit here and watch. I don't know. Well, I mean, you got, all right, first of all, I've got all the dates on the calendar so that dad, I'll say, oh, lady, first day possibly due, so that we start watching. Because what happened last summer, Dan?
She was a little early.
Yeah, we get a phone call. We were in Shepherd. We got a phone call. It's Braden. Hey, dad, should there be a mare and a foal out in the pasture with the rest of the horses? No, there is. Great. You
Awkward.
don't want that to happen. You want her to be close by, more isolated from the rest of the herd. And that way she's not having to worry about protecting them so much from everybody else. So we got to bring them in. Got to make sure they have a nice, warm, cozy spot just in case, right? Maybe a little bit of straw. If I were to do this, if Brandon were to do this, like, those horses been having colts for thousands of years, they'll be fine.
Millions.
Millions. Okay. Millions. Sorry. Out in the pastures. They don't need us.
They were free range then.
Free range chickens, free range horses, same diff. Yeah. So, anyway, I just kind of start prodding dad and saying, hey, isn't so and so due pretty soon? Shouldn't we be pulling her up close to the house?
Mhm.
So
I do it.
I'm Jiminy Cricket on his shoulder saying, hey, this is what's got to be done.
So is that all you do for prepping for foals?
Yeah, and make sure we have plenty of like grain, so mom gets some grain when we go out and play with the babies, and get the halter ready. And
Okay, now functionally speaking, what do you do to prep for foals?
isn't that it?
Well, you got to get a little nursery pasture ready. Put them in a little pasture. Get a little halter with sheepskin around it because I want those foals haltered right away.
You don't want their little hair on their face to rub
Yeah,
off because they're super cute.
and then then let them drag
They
a little
are.
rope around. Get used to that, and so that mare will come up to you, and then we get our hands on the colt and play with it daily, several times a day for about a week or 10 days, and kick them back out into a pasture where they're alone or with other mares and colts.
The alone, I think, is better.
Yeah, there's not near as much. We're not ear tagging colts like we are calves, and it's a lot warmer, nicer time of the year. So I'm not worried about them freezing
Want to make
or
sure that
cold
there's
weather.
something to get under or behind though if it is cold.
Yeah.
Because there's been a couple of springs where we had really, really cold temperatures
Or
for
wet.
those babies.
Yeah.
Wet mainly, yeah.
Yeah, so just making it as easy as possible for them and for us to get our hands on them every day so that we can continue that imprinting process. Work with those whole colts, work with the mares, and then just rotate them through as they have these these colts. Keep thinking calves because I'm
We've
always
been
thinking
doing a
about
lot of
calving.
calves.
Yeah.
Well,
But
and like we have one mare who is very possessive of others' colts.
even when she doesn't have one of her own.
Yeah, so we've got to make sure that they're not with her because we really
Right.
worry about her trying to steal a colt and maybe the colt getting hurt in the process. So
Well, and we can have some of these mares that have colts and are ready to have them in one pasture, and then the ones that have had colts in another, because even those mares are broody and they can cause problems trying to steal that colt from that mare, and you don't want to disrupt that bonding process. So try to control that as well. But it's all about making them safe, getting our hands on them, and teaching them a little something.
Warm and snuggly.
That's full prep on the Hashknife.